Have you ever stood at the edge of quitting when your strength feels drained, your prayers feel delayed, and your vision feels distant? When the pressure is heavy, the opposition is loud, and the waiting feels endless, that is the moment this message is for. Because when your mind whispers, give up, heaven declares, stand firm. When circumstances say, it's over, God says, it's not finished. This is not the time to retreat. This is the time to remember who you are and whose you are. Don't even think about giving up, because what's on the other side of your endurance is greater than the struggle in front of you. Pressure is not your enemy. It is your announcement. Many people misunderstand pressure because they interpret discomfort as destruction. But pressure does not come to break you. It comes to reveal you. When something carries great value, it attracts great resistance. Diamonds are formed under pressure. Gold is purified in fire. And purpose is refined through adversity. The intensity of what you are facing is not evidence that you are failing. It is evidence that you are carrying something significant. The greater the calling, the greater the resistance. The greater the assignment, the stronger the opposition. You must stop interpreting pressure as punishment and begin seeing it as preparation. Nothing valuable is developed in comfort. Comfort produces complacency, but pressure produces capacity. When you are pressed, you discover strength you didn't know you had. When you are stretched, you expand beyond limitations you once accepted. Pressure forces you to pray deeper, think sharper, believe stronger. It pushes you into growth. It demands maturity. It calls forth discipline. And without pressure, many gifts would remain undeveloped. Many talents would remain dormant. Many destinies would remain undiscovered. You cannot ask for greatness and reject the process that creates it. Greatness requires weight. Leadership requires endurance. Influence requires character. And character is built when you must stand firm in the middle of difficulty. If there were no resistance, there would be no need for strength. If there were no obstacles, there would be no need for faith. The very struggle you want removed may be the instrument shaping you into the person capable of handling the promise you are praying for. Pressure exposes what is inside of you. If fear is inside, fear will surface. If faith is inside, faith will rise. If doubt is inside, doubt will speak. But if conviction is inside, conviction will stand. That is why pressure is necessary. It reveals whether you truly believe what you say you believe. It tests whether your faith is conditional or committed. It separates interest from dedication. The enemy does not waste energy attacking something that has no future. Resistance is confirmation that your life carries weight. The pressure you feel is a signal that you are moving in the right direction. You are not under attack because you are weak. You are under attack because you are dangerous to mediocrity, dangerous to fear, dangerous to limitation. Pressure is proof that something powerful is being formed within you, something that will not only bless your life, but impact others around you. Delay is one of the greatest tests of faith because it challenges your patience without changing the promise. When something takes longer than expected, the mind begins to question what the heart once believed. You start to wonder if you misunderstood, if you misheard, if you were mistaken. But delay does not mean denial. Time does not cancel destiny. Waiting does not equal rejection. There is a difference between not yet and not ever. And many people abandon their dreams because they confuse the two. Delay develops depth. If everything happened instantly, you would lack the character to sustain it. Immediate success without preparation leads to collapse. Timing protects you from receiving too much too soon. When a promise is delayed, it is often because preparation is still in progress. There are lessons you must learn, habits you must build, strength you must acquire. The waiting season is not wasted time. It is training time. It is the season where roots grow deep before the tree rises high. A seed does not question the darkness of the soil. It understands that burial is part of the process. Underground seasons are necessary before visible growth appears. Just because no one sees progress does not mean progress is not happening. Just because the breakthrough has not arrived does not mean it is not on the way. Delay stretches your trust. It refines your motives. It forces you to decide whether you believe only when you see results or whether you believe because you trust the one who made the promise. Opposition is not an interruption to your assignment. It is confirmation of it. The moment you decide to move forward with purpose, resistance shows up. The moment you commit to growth, distractions increase. The moment you declare faith, doubt tries to speak louder. This is not coincidence. This is consequence. Every meaningful assignment attracts opposition because anything that carries impact threatens the status quo. When you begin to rise, something will attempt to pull you back. When you begin to build, something will attempt to tear down. But opposition is not proof that you are out of alignment. It is proof that you are advancing. No one fights over empty land. Battles occur where there is value. The resistance you feel is evidence that your future matters. If your dream were insignificant, it would not be challenged. If your calling were powerless, it would not be resisted. The level of attack often reveals the level of assignment. You must stop being surprised by opposition and start expecting it. Expect criticism when you step into leadership. Expect misunderstanding when you choose integrity. Expect pressure when you refuse to compromise. Resistance is part of the territory of purpose. Opposition exposes your conviction. It forces you to decide whether you are committed or merely interested. Interest fades when challenged, but commitment stands firm. When everything is easy, anyone can claim belief. But when obstacles appear, only those with deep conviction remain steady. Opposition strengthens spiritual muscles. It sharpens discernment. It refines focus. It demands discipline. Without resistance, your faith would remain fragile. Without adversity, your determination would remain shallow. You must understand that opposition is temporary, but assignment is permanent. The obstacle in front of you is not greater than the purpose within you. What you carry is stronger than what confronts you. Resistance may delay you, but it cannot destroy what has been authorized by heaven. Every challenge becomes training. Every setback becomes strategy. Every attack becomes an opportunity to prove that your foundation is solid. The presence of opposition is not a signal to retreat. It is a call to stand firm. God does not initiate what he cannot complete. When he begins a work, he sustains it. When he releases a promise, he supports it. When he plants a vision, he provides for it. Your responsibility is obedience. His responsibility is fulfillment. Many people quit in the middle because they mistake the process for abandonment. They assume that difficulty means disapproval, but the presence of challenge does not cancel divine involvement. Just because you cannot trace his hand does not mean you cannot trust his heart. If the vision was born in faith, it will be carried by faith. What God starts, he empowers. What he calls forth, he equips. You may feel inadequate, but inadequacy is often the stage where his strength becomes visible. You may feel uncertain, but uncertainty does not weaken his certainty. The outcome does not depend solely on your ability. It depends on his faithfulness, and faithfulness does not fluctuate with circumstances. When you look back over your life, you will notice a pattern. Every time you thought it was over, something carried you through. Every time you felt you had reached your limit, strength appeared. Every time doors closed, another path emerged. That was not luck. That was completion in progress. He has been finishing what he started in you since the day purpose was planted in your heart. Growth did not stop when challenges came. Development did not pause when obstacles appeared. The work continues even when you do not see visible evidence. The promise attached to your life is not fragile. It is not dependent on perfect conditions. It does not collapse because of temporary setbacks. The one who initiated your journey has already accounted for the obstacles along the way. Your mistakes do not surprise him. Your delays do not intimidate him. Your weaknesses do not disqualify you. The foundation of your future is not built on your perfection, but on his commitment to complete what he began. Your current situation is a chapter, not the conclusion. Too many people make permanent decisions based on temporary circumstances. They allow a moment of difficulty to define a lifetime of destiny. But where you are right now is not where you will always be. Circumstances shift, seasons change, doors open, paths realign. The environment around you may look limited, but limitation is often the birthplace of creativity, resilience, and innovation. Do not confuse your location with your destiny. A setback is not a sentence. A delay is not a destiny. A failure is not a final identity. You are bigger than this moment. What you see is not all that exists. There are conversations happening you cannot hear. There are opportunities aligning you cannot see. There are doors preparing to open that you have not yet approached. Just because the landscape looks barren does not mean the harvest is not forming beneath the surface. Every great journey includes valleys. Valleys are not places to build permanent homes. They are places to walk through. The valley develops endurance. It strengthens perspective. It teaches you how to navigate when visibility is low. Mountains may represent victory, but valleys develop stability. If you only experience peaks, you would never learn balance. If you only experienced applause, you would never build humility. The current challenge is shaping qualities that your next level will require. You must refuse to let today's struggle speak louder than tomorrow's promise. The present may be uncomfortable, but discomfort is often evidence of transition. Growth stretches you beyond familiar territory. Expansion demands adjustment. Promotion requires preparation. You cannot step into a new dimension of influence with an old mindset of fear. The pressure of your current environment may be the very force pushing you into the next season of your life. Do not build your identity around a temporary battle. You are not the divorce. You are not the bankruptcy. You are not the rejection. You are not the closed door. Those are experiences, not definitions. Your identity is anchored in purpose, not in problems. And purpose outlives every problem it encounters. If God said it, then it is settled. His word is not a suggestion. It is not a possibility. It is not dependent on popular opinion or favorable conditions. When he speaks, he establishes. When he declares, he authorizes. When he promises, he commits. The certainty of your future does not rest on how stable the world looks. It rests on the stability of his word. Faith is not believing because everything makes sense. Faith is standing because he has spoken. When logic says it is impossible, faith remembers the promise. When people say it cannot happen, faith recalls what was declared. When circumstances appear contrary, faith remains consistent. You may not understand the method, but you trust the message. You may not see the path, but you hold on to the promise. Doubt will attempt to negotiate with you. It will ask for proof. It will demand visible evidence. But faith does not require full explanation. It requires trust. If God said you will make it, then your making it is not a matter of chance, but a matter of time. The journey may twist. The road may narrow. The process may intensify, but the outcome has already been spoken. You cannot allow temporary emotions to overrule eternal declarations. Feelings fluctuate. Opinions shift. Trends change. But what he has spoken over your life does not expire. It does not weaken under pressure. It does not dissolve in difficulty. The declaration over your destiny stands independent of your current mood and your current view. Your responsibility is to align your mindset with what has already been established in the spirit and to walk forward as if the victory you seek has already been secured. We have learned that pressure is proof of purpose. Delay is not denial. Opposition confirms your assignment. God finishes what he starts. Your current situation is not your final destination. And if God said it, it is settled. Every challenge you face is shaping you. Every delay is preparing you. Every resistance is strengthening you. You are not under pressure by accident. You are under construction by design. The promise over your life is stronger than the problem in your life. And the one who began this journey with you has already declared your victory.